Let's see here. I thought I'd actually try a longer video this time. I don't know, like 5 minutes. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm just thinking, is it a good day today? And, a lot of times to deal with depression, to deal with difficult life, it's important to go to bed at a reasonable time. Don't stay up late. So, like, for example, don't stay up past like midnight. Get up at like 7 or 8 o'clock, because there is such a thing as sleeping in too much. And when you sleep in too much, you are dealing with the potential to oversleeping is a legitimate thing, and it makes your mind all groggy and stuff. Because I can wake up at 7 o'clock and I'll be like, oh, I'm awake and alert, but then you go to sleep again and you wake up at like 10, and you just the whole day is wrecked. One, because you slept through it, and two, because you got too much sleep. Too much sleep is a legitimate factor to consider in your battle against depression. A lot of times, if you want to battle depression too, is just go to the gym and work out a little bit. I've been going to the gym for about 3 months now, and I go every day, and it does help legitimately. Just moving around on the treadmill, lifting weights, dieting helps. Just improve what you eat. I thought I'd make a couple of suggestions for people on how to treat symptoms of depression. It just, a lot of it is sometimes you have to deal with the root cause of depression, and therapy helps for that. A lot of times, if you're in therapy, you don't want to talk about the issues, but it really does help if you address the core symptoms of your depression. And there is, oftentimes people say, oh, I get randomly depressed. Well, a lot of people don't realize that there is a foundation for most depression. It stems from some sort of traumatic event or issue, or just, a problem you have in life. It could just be a series of like obstacles that life has presented to you, and you need to overcome those. And a lot of times, the best thing to do is just give it time. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't 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 do anything foolish. Just wait, because a lot of times when you start getting depressed, all you need a little bit is just a little bit of time, and your mind will automatically fix itself. A lot of times, you can do like self talking to yourself to get yourself out of it. Like, for instance, I'm a valuable person. People like me. I bring joy to people around me. Things like that, and positive affirmations, things like that, that can help people to get through a tough day. You know, Honestly, I think sometimes people don't want to hear about depression, but I think a lot of times depression is a lot more common than people want to admit, especially with guys. Society kind of paints a picture of just being an individual as a man who doesn't experience depression and doesn't shouldn't talk about it, and shouldn't mention issues. Well, I'm not mentioning the issues. I'm just trying to tell you guys how I treat my depression. A lot of times, I get depressed at work, or I get depressed in my daily life, and I'm just like, well, wait a couple hours, just do my things, get things done, and I'll find that I can usually get through it after a couple hours. One of the struggles for depression is that you find that you lack motivation to do anything to deal with your depression. And I find that if I just push through it and I just act normally, and I just kind of go on minimal functioning, I don't really interact with people too much. I just kind of do my own thing. And yeah, after a couple hours, it just kind of fades away. And that's kind of how I deal with depression a little bit. Um, a struggle people deal with is isolation. Isolation and depression are not good things. So a good way to treat depression in isolation is, like I said, go to the gym, find some people to work out with, make some friends, call somebody. It's not always the best thing to call family members. Call I don't know, a coworker or something, hang out with them, visit people, Um, I don't know. It's not hard to find things to do. Like, people are playing puzzles or playing video games, or ordering something to eat. That's kind of an example of things not to do to deal with depression. Sure, you can play video games, but eating is definitely not a good way to deal with your mood swings and depression and stuff like that. Because when you eat your feelings away, It does not treat the underlying symptoms of depression. Trust me, I know I'm fat for a reason. And I talk about it a lot, and I make fun of fatness and things like that. But not. I think a lot of people are genuinely unhappy being fat, and when you're unhappy being fat, there's generally gonna be very little things you can do about it other than cutting back on what you're eating and working out. And that's kind of what you got to do. And trust me when I say the 95% of it's going to be what you eat. Because no matter how much you exercise, if you're eating an entire pizza after exercising, it's not going to work. And I struggle sometimes maintaining that mindset, but I am improving. I'm down like 40 pounds since I started this journey, which was a year ago or so. It really does matter how you approach life. And I've worked through a lot of struggles in my life, and I've gone, many different places in my mind, and I've talked with a lot of different people. And, the biggest thing that improved my life was just not giving up and not blaming myself for other people's problems. That's kind of the biggest thing, is because I had some issues, with some people, and I always blame myself for that. And I said, that's not my fault, what happened. And I had nothing to do with it, because a lot of it happened when I wasn't even there. And so I think a lot of people who have depression blame themselves for issues that go on outside of their own lives, whether it's family situations or friend situations or romance situations or whatever. It can be a struggle, and to know you're not alone. A lot of people struggle with blaming themselves for problems that, really are outside of their realm of control. And, one day I was just, thinking, I can't hold back my life because of the issues and circumstances that people deal with, and that people are struggling with. So I just moved on. I got better. I became, a stronger individual, and I just stopped, I stopped just blaming myself for things that are outside of my realm of control. Now I just kind of worry sometimes about things that have to do with me, really. It can be liberating to come to that realization. And if you can come to that realization too, it'll be very beneficial to you. I'm not saying don't care about people, but don't insert yourself into other people's lives in such a way where no matter what you do, you're not going to affect the situation or change it. I think a lot of people who deal with depression are focusing on events that happened in the past, and I think that's not a great thing to do. So, focus on the present and live for the future, not the past, because the past is already done with. There's nothing you can do to change or make the situation better. You can only apologize to yourself or to other people and just move on. If you're struggling with a situation in life that is not getting any better, sometimes it's better just to cut those people out of your life. I honestly believe that blood is thicker than water sometimes with family, but there are family, and not my family, but there are people who have struggles with family members, and sometimes family cannot be worth the struggles and torments you put yourself through. So just think about whether or not you want those people in your life, and you'll find that after kind of evaluating things and looking back on your last couple of years and things like that, that you find your life has improved. I want to wrap things up quickly saying that if you're a younger person, you don't fully mature. The mind is not fully mature until you're closer to 30. And especially if you're in high school, guys, things will get better. You'll graduate and you'll never see anybody who's tormenting you again. If that's happening, know that your struggles are limited to that 12 years, and things will get better. And a lot of times the people you went to high school with are going to be unsuccessful. They're going to be fat. They're not going to age well. Just realize that you can be successful, and a lot of times you will come out on top and they won't. All right? Have a great day.